What is up, guys, and welcome back to the episode of the F1 22 Mobile Racing Career Mode. We are here for episode number 57 today for the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the previous episode, definitely be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. That was a very entertaining episode at the Australian Grand Prix. We got a pole position somehow, but unfortunately we could not convert it to a victory, but I will take another solid 18 points here. But coming into the Hungarian Grand Prix then, as we know, the AI is not that great at corners, and I'm surprised to say this Aston Martin is actually pretty decent in some of these corners here, so hopefully we'll be able to convert a lap into something decent, and given the tight, twisty nature of the Hungary, we can hopefully have a better time defending against the AI and a chance to try and claim potentially another podium or potentially a race win if we can do everything right and if everything goes in our favor and we have a bit of luck on our side. That's a lot of ands and that's a lot of ifs, but we got to make sure we put ourselves in the position first. And we are starting with a solid qualifying lap there. Unfortunately, putting a 29.6 there in our first sector. Not a purple sector there yet, so we are yet to see where we land so far. But the middle sector is where we can gain a lot of time on this AI, making our way through the chicane and now into the sweeping section here. This is where the car does lack a little bit of downforce. It does lack a little bit of cornering, but if we can wrestle this car through, this is actually a lot easier said than done as we go flat out through this right-hander here towards sector 3, and you can see the car is not the greatest, but it is doing the job as we make our way into sector 3. We had a purple sector 2 there, so hopefully we can make our way through this corner as quickly as we can here. The car a little bit cumbersome here through this final set of corners. Just try to get the nose turned and try to get the power as early as we can here. DRS wide open towards the blind. This is going to be another pole position lap, and surprisingly, it is not by as much as last time, though. Not nearly as much. This is under a second, but it is pole position nonetheless. And at a circuit like Hungary, like I said earlier, it could be played into our favor with its tight and twisty nature here. Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Ricardo, Ocon, Alonso, Bottas, Guan Yu, Gasly, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Madison, Latifi, Albon, and Vettel line up behind us, with us lining up in first place once again. This time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go then, and Leclerc gets another good start off the line. This time though, we learn a lesson. We block up both Sainz and Verstappen quite aggressively, to be fair. I do admit that was way too aggressive there, but nothing we can do about it. And now our sight is on Leclerc here to try and hunt down the Monegasque driver. The Monegasque driver got a bit screwed over last time here. Remember, he was leading into turn 1 last time at the Australian Grand Prix, but he took such a tight line into turn 1 and was squabbling so much with the Mexican driver that he ended up finishing, I think it was P3 there. So we do have a chance to take the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Around the outside we go of the Monegasque driver. We go a bit deep into this corner by accident there, but somehow we have gone back ahead then of the Monegasque driver, and now we are up into P1 then. And now we have the task of defending, and this will be a lot easier said than done. But it is Hungary. It is a lot better than Australia in terms of defending. So it's time to unleash our inner Alonso from 2021, defending like an absolute lion here. We're seeing if we can pull away with raw pace here, but it's not going to be easy to pull away with raw pace if we're going to pull off some corner cuts like that. That corner is very hard to tell with that blinding sun here. Just trying to make sure the car stays in one piece and trying to make sure that we stay in one piece. We got to make sure our composure is nice and solid here in the Aston Martin as we make our way onto lap 2 then, this time still in the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, so we are still leading, and now we have a chance to see what we can do in some clean air here, down to turn 1, keeping the car rolling through that corner here, nice and easy, then down towards the next sequence of corners, and we are starting to pull a gap very slowly then towards Leclerc. The lack of straights is playing into our favor here, and now the Aston Martin can breathe a little easier here, as both the Aston Martin team is hoping that we can pull off another solid victory here. This will certainly have a big punch in the gut then to the Red Bull factory team, who decided to fire us, remember, after they claimed that our qualifying performance wasn't good enough, despite the fact that we won almost every single Grand Prix for them. So showing them that we can win then in an Aston Martin is surely going to be a big punch in the gut for them, and they're going to be regretting that decision to ever fire us. And you can see right now Perez is in 4th and Verstappen is in 5th. I don't think any of them are really sort of making an impression on trying to overtake the Ferrari drivers. Again, to be fair, the Hungary is a very hard place to overtake here. I mean, both in real life, in the game, I mean, any sort of simulation. So it is important that you get the right track position, you get the start you need, which we somehow did, despite the fact that, you know, we may or may not have absolutely blown up both Verstappen and Sainz. I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't matter here. It's not gonna matter when we win, of course. So we have a job to do. Let's finish it off with one more good lap then around the Hungary. 2 seconds then to the Monegasque driver, so we have a chance at winning this as long as we keep our nose clean here. The Aston Martin team probably telling us to take it nice and easy, as we almost bit it at that moment there. The life flashed before my eyes there. We almost lost the race win, but luckily we were just able to hang on to the car. And I can tell you the Aston Martin team is probably sweating like crazy here. They do not want to see this race win taken away. Remember, Aston Martin had the chance to win the Hungarian Grand Prix in 2021. Vettel almost pulled it off, but he was just a bit too far behind then from Esteban Ocon then in the Alpine. And that was 3 years ago. That is some time. That time has flown away. And now in 2024 here, well, technically 2022, if we're talking about the game, it is time for Aston Martin to step back on top of the podium once again as we make our way into the final section here. Leclerc is 2.5 seconds behind us here. I don't think he's going to be making an impression to try and steal our victory from us. Through the final corner we go, up to the line. It is going to be a win then for the Aston Martin team, somehow pulling it out of the bag there as we swerve the wheel in excitement there. We take the fastest lap as well, so 26 points for us and a solid episode. And hopefully next time when I see you guys, we can keep this momentum going here. Thank you all so much for watching. See you soon.